Morning all. Happy Thursday, the 30th of April. I'm just on my way to Totton again for Wiggles and Giggles delivery and running late again, but don't have as much to set up today, so we should be okay. Last week went really well with the balls through the foil holes in the frame, which I know I was a bit unsure about how that was going to go down, and I wanted to get there early to mask and take the balls to the wall and stuff. I ended up just having it in 2 buckets, and I did the same again in Ferndown this week, and it went really well. So we just had 2 children in Ferndown, which is our usual, both 2 years old, and they actually engaged with it way more and for longer than the children in Totton did, possibly because there were more balls per child. But they were really, really interested in it. They were playing peekaboo through the holes and things. Same with the shredded paper. They really had a chance to like chuck it in the air and just really like make a bit of chaos with it. So it went down really well actually. It was a lovely session and it made me really happy. At one point, so a little girl wasn't so sure about the shredded paper, and didn't really want it on her because I think she doesn't really like mess. But then as we kind of encouraged it to be thrown in the air, she got more and more animated with it, and in the end was chucking it at me quite aggressively, which made me laugh so much I started crying. But it was, and it went in my mouth, down my top and stuff, and it was just like, we were saying like, should I be taking it personally at this point? Obviously not, but it was just lovely how she'd grown with just one prop from being really unsure of it to like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So it just made me think really of what a difference this kind of play makes, and how sometimes I'm conscious that there's not much movement or dance sort of choreography in the sessions, although there is a lot of singing and there are movement actions with it, be it makaton or gestural or whatever it might be. So there is a lot of movement, but I'm often conscious that I call it dance, and obviously my background is in dance, not actually in play. And I want the arts side of things to be quite strong, but it just made me realise like that my exposure to playing and moving and being creative to make the lesson plans and seeing all these beautiful families each week does so well, has such an impact on my well-being. So that is just something that I never expected. So every time I deliver a class, I come out of it feeling really like, oh, I've just had the best time. And this Tuesday in Ferndown was one of those moments where I just felt really privileged and sort of glowing to have been sort of experienced that with those 2 little people, and to have had so much fun. And I'm sometimes conscious as well of the fact that there are only 2 in the class who are regular, and I know I said last week that I really want to push for more people so that they feel that they've got the social opportunity that the class is supposed to provide. But when I sent some gorgeous photos to the one of the people who comes along of their grandchild, and they said it's just I can't remember what she said, like a fabulous class, fabulous host, great friends along, like, really nice people. And I thought that's so lovely that the other person in the group you consider like friends, and it's a friendship, and that's what it's about. It's like cultivating these connections, whether they're temporary or long term. So it's really nice to have had that experience this week. After delivering in Ferndown on Tuesday, I met up with Christina Binney, who runs the SEN adults SEN class, movement class in Totton. So she hires the space, or I think was commissioned to use the space, a bit like I was with Wiggles and Giggles, but hers is called Move with Christina, I think, or Dance and Move, I can't remember. But it's for people with learning differences, physical differences, which is lovely. And we have so much crossover in the industry, but we never ever are in the same place at the same time. So we organised it. She delivered in Totton, I delivered in Ferndown, and then we met in Ringwood. And it was just really nice to just have like a cup of coffee with somebody from the dance industry who's freelancing, out and about, like very similar, like almost pathways, experiences of dance, like getting into dance and stuff. So it was a real tonic actually this week. And then I went home and met with Loon, who is going to be delivering in Ferndown next week, because I've got a week off, which is the weirdest thing ever, but that would be really nice. So Loon picked their session out, and then I typed it up, found songs for it and stuff. So there's actually session 45 I won't ever deliver until like next year, when we're 45 sessions into the year, which is a weird thought. Excuse me. So yeah, Lou, they will deliver that this week in Ferndown, and then I'll get all the props to, not this week, sorry, on Tuesday, and then I'll get all the props to Becky over in Westmoors to then deliver in Totton next week, and then the following week I'll deliver the session in Ferndown I'm about to deliver in Totton. So it's actually worked out quite well, so I won't have to plan a session until like the Wednesday of the following week after I'm back. So yeah, it has all worked out quite well. So I just a quick video today because my storage is actually struggling a little bit, but I'm conscious that I'm off next week, so I want to make sure there is something to upload. And the sun is beautiful, really enjoying that. Makes such a difference with all this driving around. And what do I have? So in the way of sort of admin and things, I really must do my invoices for the end of the month, to invoice Wakey, but to also invoice the client who I work for the month's worth of work that I've done. There's some Arts Award stuff to evaluate that's coming from Dorset Wellbeing, so I need to go through that. There are some urgent things. Oh yeah, I need to do some bits and bobs for the client who I work for. It's come out of a day in the office yesterday. There's sort of some flyer designs being finished up for us to print off to advertise Wiggles and Giggles and the Motherhood from the Family Fest Dorset, which is in Wimborne at the end of May. And I think Christina's going to support Becky actually to deliver. So although she's coming a long way for it, so I'm not quite sure it's the best thing for her, given that her day rate will be so much more than I can afford. It doesn't. The rate for the work doesn't warrant her doing all that travel, in my opinion. But she says it does. But we'll see. If I can find somebody more local, I'll give her the option if she wants to do it or not. But that's really good. So that's sort of coming together as well. I just need to advertise it because they sort of put posts out and then I repost them, or I like them. But they've actually they haven't spelt Wakey Arts wrong. They just don't capitalise the arts. So many people don't, which just made me think, why is it capitalised? I don't really know, but it is capitalised. It's like shouting it, I guess. So I would like it to be recognised like that. And they haven't got logos or anything, but they haven't asked for them. But so I kind of get the impression that the festival organiser is actually quite new to it. I think they've done it for a few years, but I don't think it's quite small at the moment, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Oh my gosh, Mr. Warburton's lorry just driving out on that roundabout without waiting. We'll see. We'll see how it goes this year to see if it's picking up, like looking at different from last year, whether it's growing. Hopefully it is, because it was a bit sort of confusing last year as a provider about where we were going, and we didn't have coverage and things like that. Whereas I think this year we do, but I just need to get back to the blokey. And I think I said before that I can't actually be there, which is why I needed to find support. But I might take my children along on the Sunday just to check in and take photos and that kind of thing. So I need to organise the paperwork for that, media consent, and work out what's actually going on a table, if we're gonna put some leaflets out and stuff, and banner and that. So yeah, all good. So I will sign out here before my phone storage runs out, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you when I'm back from annual leave. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.